It's like a Jeep thing now. Just take the doors off for summer.
Oh.
Good morning, Bronco build day 11. Got a lot to do today. For those of you that are following along on Instagram also, I pulled the TTB 44 out and threw it up on my stories and just said, hey, if anybody wants this thing, let me know. My buddy Tommy reached out and said not only did he want it, but he had a Bronco tailgate that has a working motor and a window in it, which I need for mine. This tailgate's in a lot better shape. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put the whole thing on and try to make it match Bluey, or if I'm just gonna steal the working parts out of it, but we'll decide that later. This is not supposed to be this high. It's supposed to be like that close, but it's that high because as this gets smashed in, kind of bends this up. So if we can bend this back down, maybe use this tailgate just to keep the matching paint. If we can't, maybe shape that into place, then I can put this tailgate on. But I really didn't want to put the XLT brushed aluminum panel one on. I really don't want a different color paint on the Bronco. Goals today, I'm gonna work on welding up this door, this crack here, and then this, while my dad starts getting ready to change the door hinges out on the other side. And then hopefully the timing works out to where we can put this driver's side while he's putting the driver's side door together. I'll work on cutting the brackets off this axle that I'm gonna use. So I'll cut like the sway bar bracket off. I'll back the leaf spring pad up off of there. I need to cut off the leaf spring pad on this side, track bar mount, and U-bolt plate the passenger side. And then I think this thing will be about ready to go get sandblasted and cleaned up because I've got a truss I'm gonna put on it. I'm also gonna knock the ball joints out of these knuckles and have them sandblasted too, because I'm gonna drill out the taper and run Heim steering, and then I'm gonna weld on something to try to get like a double shear for the Heim mount. So I might as well get these all cleaned up too if I'm going to the sandblaster. Just make it easier to bake them and weld on them and all that stuff. Throw you guys on the tripod and get to work on this door. I cut this bridge out of Sideswipe's door. It's nothing, it's just sheet metal. I just don't really have much sheet metal, and it's the right width and shape and everything. So I'm going to weld it into the Bronco door just like that, and that way it'll stabilize the inner and outer shell back together, kind of like factory. Got all the paint stripped off of it, get it in there and see if I can weld it in without burning too many holes. Got this bridge all welded in. I don't even think I have to grind this side down because the door panel just kind of hangs over it. So this side's probably not critical. This side though, the wing window weather stripping does need to tuck in, so I'll probably flatten that one a little bit, but I'll probably leave this one tall for strength. Got this crack welded, this one welded up and over. Now this is a little bit dented in right here. Kind of tell by the shadows. I'm not worried about pulling this back out and making it amazing because, let's be honest, we all know I'm going to hit this mirror on the first tree or rock I come to and put a big dent right there in the body anyway. So just throw some primer or color or something over that and call it good. My dad's been getting after it on the tailgate. Let's get caught up.
Yeah.
What are we learning?
We're learning that there's no connectors. They're all just like spliced. Well, this was on the defrost. There was a connector there. Everything else is just cut and spliced.
Yeah, so far we've found butt connectors, wire nuts. There's a wire nut living somewhere in there. Plan right now is to try and gut this tailgate, straighten this lip out. I might actually show it best right there. See how this is all proud. It's supposed to be like that or like that, and it's like that. So we'll gut this tailgate, see if we can body work that lip back down, and then transfer all the guts from the good tailgate into here. That way we have matching paint, bad paint. Gotta have that matching patina. So these are the hinges out of Sideswipe. They're not in horrible shape, so that makes them good candidates to rebush these little doorman kits I got. So I think we'll get those. I'll get these door hinges rebushed and then see if we can rehang both doors. And then, I don't know, it wasn't the goal for the day when I set out, but maybe the goal is to have working doors and windows by the end of the day. Needs to get done, so might as well do it now. It's like a Jeep thing now. Just take the doors off for summer. Well, change of plans. This blue tailgate is, we tried straightening it a little bit. It's just super beat up. So we're just gonna change it out with a different one. Hopefully that simplifies things and gives me a working back window and functioning tailgate. My dad's got just about all the bolts out, so I'll help him support the tailgate and we'll get this thing off here. It looks like the body's like splayed out. Like the gaps are both bigger at the top. Okay, white tailgate for now. So this one's got good glass, but it's got no motor or anything in it. So we'll take the other tailgate apart and see if we can steal a motor and stuff out of it. That non-XLT one fits this thing better. Now we got to get this window regulator and this motor out of the tailgate I got from Tommy into this tailgate that I got from Tommy a long time ago, that I was gonna put on the black Bronco because it's pretty straight, but it's gonna go on this one because it's kind of that base model with no trim and stuff on it. So my dad is gonna be a Bronco tailgate expert by the time this is done.
I'm already pretty good with the doors.
I'm gonna work on, I got the Sideswipe's hinges rebushed. They're on roughly where I think they need to be. So I'm gonna hang this door back on and then see if I can get this one adjusted. So put you guys on tripod, I think, somehow, and see if we can get a door on. this door's on and adjusted pretty good. It doesn't have the glass in it, so it might get a little heavier and sit a little lower on the latch side, but it actually opens and closes pretty easy. There's no playing the hinges. On the passenger side, just got this door off, so you can see how bad the hinges were here. And out of laziness, instead of doing it right, he put a couple washers between the hinge and the door, trying to space it out. If you watched our cross-country footage when Mallory couldn't close the door by herself, it's because of these hinges right here. You had to lift the door up to get it to meet the latch. So I'm gonna got side swipes, hinges all rebushed. So I'll swap out the hinges and put this door back on. See if we can get it to close pretty good. GoPro battery died. I hate that. Alright, both doors are on. Working good. Working like they've never worked before. Now I need to get this axle to the sandblaster so I can get it cleaned up and ready to weld the truss on it. And I need to cut the brackets off. So got the plasma out. I'm gonna try and rough them off with the plasma. I haven't even used this thing in a couple of years. I don't typically like it because it's a little messy for my taste. But if I could rough the brackets off with that, I can get in with flap discs and cut off wheels and get in and do the precise work. So I'll throw the camera on the tripod and get to cutting. Look what we have.
Check this out.
I'm not sure if it works the way it's supposed to, but
No more pull tarp cover?
no pull tarp. Does it stop when it wants to?
I hope so.
There, I guess.
Oh, back to the pull tarp cover.
That's scary, wasn't it?
Come on, man.
It's not happy in the middle.
The tracks are probably.
That's exciting.
It's hot. It's a lot of amperage.
But what's wrong?
What?
You don't look happy.
Well, we don't know. I wished it did it more powerfully.
Well, I think sitting at this angle is
horizontal
probably
with a-
not supposed to.
With a crappy little battery and things like that.
The key thing works too.
Oh, shit, those are hot. Theoretically, close this latch, try the key function, try the dash switch function. I mean, close it even, right? We don't need it down anymore.
No,
Okay.
So was this your project today, Dennis?
pretty much.
All that.
All day.
Tailgate.
Tailgate.
It's a lot. Got the spring assist. I wonder if there's like a slack thing going on. That one's doing anything, or it just needs adjustment. Greasy fingerprints and all.
So you want to give me like a recap of what you did today?
Coming in at my face, like down here. Not that high.
How's
That's like
that?
girl high. That's like.
Get rid of the double chin.
Recap. Looked like it was gonna rain off and on. I got this tailgate from Tommy Trago. His mom shuttled it closer to here, and I picked it up on my way home from work. But it's got this fancy. It's like the Eddie Bauer edition with the panel, but part of the panel's missing, and It didn't really fit the vibe of Bluey, so.
So thankfully we had
Another tailgate.
another tailgate laying
Yeah,
around.
this one's been in the shed for a
What are the
while.
chances?
It also came from Tommy. But it didn't have a motor, but it had glass. So my dad took the motor out of this one that we just got and put it in. And everything out of Bluey's tailgate was pretty much garbage, so I think we'll sort of maybe kind of have a working tailgate by the end of the day.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
So your dad's been working really hard.
Yeah, I got doors.
But what have you done?
Oh, he's been busy.
I rebushed.
Wait, did that door just...
Oh, look at it.
Oh, look at that.
So I rebushed both door hinges off, side swipe, put them on this. And this side even works the dome lamp. The other side does not. I'm not sure why. Did some welding on that door to fix the brokenness.
So it was a productive day.
Has been so far. I need to get the axle done and like loaded in my truck because I need to take it to work tomorrow so I can drop it off on the sandblaster Friday. Gotta get to cutting. All right, you ready to try? Let's try the rear window. Oh.
Yeah, moving.
Woo!
Coming up. Used to be clean.
Cleaned and lubricated. I don't know.
Maybe.
Awesome. All right, let's try the. Tries which? Not that way. Awesome. Good job, Dad.
Thank you, son.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on in there. That's no truck tailgate. Okay, Bluey finally has a window that goes up and down. Back to work on the axles.
I'm going home.
Dad's work is done. That's awesome. I'm gonna get new. I don't even want to run it much. I'm gonna get new weather stripping. Jagged mess. Would probably scratch that glass pretty bad, so I'll order new weather stripping for the tailgate. Bronco build, day 12. Gonna try and finish up the driver's side door today, and then go through all my seats and figure out how we can make two good ones that work, figure out what upholstery work they need. Gonna pull the headliner out, get that ready to get done, maybe do some miscellaneous stuff like fix the wiper squirters, and then we'll see if I've got time to get started on the rear suspension. All right, let's get to work. Definitely not the best job, but it'll work. So there would have been a little body, like a U-clip body nut thing here for the handle to bolt into. So this side kind of tongues under, and then this side bolts down. Well, this had all completely broken out. So I welded a nut to a washer and then put it on the back side, and then just kind of tacked it on there so it pulls it all together and sandwiches it. And then this I flattened back out because it had gotten tall, and just welded the cracks a little bit. So I think that'll work. Should be good. Both doors have windows again. That's awesome. So my dad got them both all put back together. Wing windows, door latches, everything. We'll wait to put door panels on to figure out what's going on there. Next thing he's gonna work on is getting this tattered old headliner out that Mallory hates so much. I can't let her do it because she would literally rip it out and then we'd have nothing. I'm gonna try and figure out what I can with seats here. So the passenger seat was fine other than just being, you know, old and deteriorated, but it worked. The driver's seat when we bought the Bronco, besides being trashed, it was constantly in like open recline, and it looks like this lever's broken off, and then I don't even know what else is rusted or missing. This is the seat out of our black Bronco that also needs to be reupholstered. So I was gonna look at how it works and see if I can make sense of the two of these, and if I have to use the gray one seat frame for now, then I can figure something else out for Madeline later. Auto upholstery is not fun. I'm trying to get just 2 seats working recline and slide mechanism. The way the Bronco or extended cab Fords were in the 90s was you could lift this lever up or push this lever with your foot if you were in the back seat, and it will tilt and then slide so you can get into the back seat or access it. The passenger blue seat is fine, like I just showed you, but the driver's seat was no good. So I'm trying to steal that tilt and slide latch out of the black Bronco's old seats, but on both seat uprights, this bolt on the, this is the backrest, they have these welded thread inserts, and both the blue seat and the gray seat, that insert is spinning. So I think I'm gonna cut into the shell right here with a cutoff wheel and see if I can take some paint off in there and then weld like the thread insert back to the frame. And then I can take the bolt out, take this broken one off. I guess I'll have to do the same thing to that one or cut that bolt head and then try and put it back together. There's the offending fastener, so try and wire wheel that up, weld it back to the bracket, push that back down, weld it back. Better me than the upholstery guy, I guess. Today feels like a bunch of stuff that doesn't seem necessary, but I'm happy to do it now versus the day before we leave. So my dad currently has the cowl off because the gasoline trucks, the windshield wiper hose comes out to the driver's side fender, but the diesel goes to the passenger side. So we swapped the wiper hoses. So my dad's getting the cowl put back in. We found the best way to do it was undo the hood from the firewall and just kind of lay it forward on the springs. Doors are back together. Took even the door weather strip out of side swipe, put it in. I'm working on seat frames. So this is the seat back from Bluey with a seat bottom from a different Bronco seat that I had, all because I needed to get a working recline deal going. So I'm going to try to reassemble the mechanics of this and then deliver just the fabric and foam as samples and stuff to the upholstery guy, but I don't imagine upholstery guys like to do the framework, so I'm trying to do the framework for him and at least make it make sense. So he'll get that seat complete to reupholster, and then he'll get some combination of all of these. A lot of miscellaneous little stuff, but I think it'll pay off in the finished product, and then this way I can just spend, you know, the night before we leave doing like brake lines or something that you actually need.
Looks really comfortable.
It's got the flow through back.
Real suspensions.
It's good airflow. I like that.
You don't see that very often.
We'll get the sweaty back.
Did you guys peel off the upholstery? Who took my...
My dad took it out.
Did you? How many spiders did you find?
None. Not a one. You must have chased them all away.
Look at that. No more torn headliner.
We can put it back.
Maybe.
Do you want a headliner, or do we just go raw?
I don't know. Hey girl. I think she's inside.
That's her shoes?
No, those were my shoes that McKenna called her house slippers.
Oh.
Because, you know, what says 8-year-old house slipper is like a 4-inch platform. Okay, so you're installing, or?
I'm trying to figure out how this seat works. I'll demo it here in a minute if it works. I don't think it does. This seat right now is combination. This is the backrest from Bluey, the bottom from Madeline's, the seat track from Madeline's, the mechanism from Madeline's.
So this is like a custom-made seat.
Doesn't work.
That doesn't work. What was wrong with the seat that it had in it?
The back was.
Remember?
Well, yeah, but I figured you could just like fix that.
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
Fix that part.
But why did you put a different base? Like, why not just fix?
Bluey's track didn't work. Bluey's base was rusted out. Springs were broken.
Got it.
So I'm trying to give the upholstery guy one good working frame and mechanism to just put foam and covers on.
Okay. I wasn't understanding. I got you now.
It's getting there. I think it needs a little lube. Yeah. There's a lot of like I had to cut and weld over here. Broken bolts somewhere else. Like, there's a lot of like almost metalworking and fabrication in the base of a seat. I don't imagine upholstery guys probably like doing that stuff. So I was hoping that maybe if I do that,
Then they can just do what
and
they
then they
do.
can just do what they do. I was saying earlier, I think on film, Broncos and extended cab Fords from this era have a unique bucket seat because it needs to go like this, so that you can get in the back.
Right.
Crew cab buckets and single cab buckets don't do that. They just do this.
Because there's no need for them to
Get back there.
get back there. Use their own door.
So getting that combination mechanism of releasing the back, opening up the side, that was where the trick was.
Did it kick your butt?
Yeah, you just got to show up and see the easy part.
Let's
I've been working on this for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, but looks like it works, so that's good.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
All right, Dennis. So you took out the headliner. You did
Okay.
not see any spiders.
No spiders.
Not
No.
one.
No.
Nothing good.
No.
Anything.
No.
Do you remember
That's so disappointing.
nest he found under the hood when we got there?
Yes.
Yeah, there was one of those in the door
In the
over
door,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, they've been showing up every once in a while.
Oh.
But yeah, other than that, let's see, what did I do? Swapped out all the windshield squirter stuff. Evidently on the Bronco, it's on driver's side.
Oh, I remember
on
Karen saying that.
On the diesel, it's on the passenger side, so we had to take the cowl off. Did that. Finished the driver's door. We're installing all the glass.
Excuse me, can you quiet down a little bit over there? I'm trying to.
Right on set!
Right on set!
Cut! And
Alright, so
whatever.
you did glass in the driver's door.
Yep.
Now both doors work
Well, both doors were
how they're supposed to.
Yeah, the handles are all nice and smooth and no slop. And now I'm going home. So there.
My work here is done.
You ever see how the 90s lumbar works, like in my truck? A little compressor and it goes.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah, where'd the compressor go? I got something pretty cool to show you guys. I spend obviously a lot of time and a lot of money doing all this off-road and car stuff. And there's some really cool people out there that really want to help. All within 12 hours, somebody messaged me and said, hey, Venmo or like Cash App. And I was like, oh, I don't have any merchandise for sale. I said, no, I just want to donate some money. I've been enjoying the content. So they sent me an amount of money. Just a few hours later, somebody else reached out and said, hey, you couldn't by chance use a winch for this thing, could you? Actually, yeah, I'd like to put a Warren winch on this Bronco because Warren is one of the OnX off-road partners. He said, I got one here I'm not using, I'll send it to you. I said, well, that's really nice, but I can't afford it. He said, no, I'm just gonna send it to you. So I ended up sending him the money that the first guy sent me to kind of try to say thank you and pay it forward. So one person's generous donation helped offset another person's generous donation, and now I've got a Warren Evo 12. Let's open this thing up. Okay. I literally thought I was getting a used winch. I just thought maybe he still had the box and was putting it back in the box. This thing is brand new, still zip tied together. That's crazy. You guys are awesome. Stuff like this makes me want to cry. Really cool. Thank you. You guys know who you are. You don't want any credit for this, but I got a Warren Evo 12. Gonna put it to good use on the Bronco. I'll do my hardest to need it, get myself in situations like that. Super cool. I don't know. I'm so grateful for all these opportunities. I appreciate everybody that watches, and let's grow. Let's make this thing bigger. I'd love to do this as much as possible. If you're enjoying the content, please share it. Let's get Bluey out on the trails. Thanks, everybody. Y'all are the best.